Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Real Reputation, a series where I dissect the career of some of our most prolific filmmakers. And today I am chatting about Zendaya. We have known her for several years now, of course, from her Disney Channel days. But what she has done the last few years has really been super fun to watch, at least from my perspective as somebody who has known her, has been in love with and obsessed with her. I mean, just look at this woman. Absolute goddess. But 2026 is shaping up to be a huge year for her. Not only does she have like 4, 5 different film projects all coming out throughout the year, she also has Euphoria, the series where she has won 2 Emmy Awards, coming back. So we're going to see a lot of her. We're going to chat a little bit about these projects and I guess come to the conclusion, is Zendaya our mega movie star of the year? And I kind of think she is. So before we get into all of the projects that she has coming out, we're going to look through some of the projects of the past. As I mentioned, Disney Channel, that's really how she got her start on the series Shake It Up, and she just kind of skyrocketed from there. She focused more on music and singing right around that time in the early 2010s, but slowly she kind of shifted back into the film TV world, and I think it's a great fit for her. I always honestly enjoy seeing Zendaya on my screen, so I'm never not going to be happy. Of course, being cast as MJ in the Tom Holland Spider-Man films was a huge moment for her, just because, one, Marvel machine, two, very iconic character, and then three, for personal reasons. She got to meet her future husband slash might already be her husband. We're still trying to figure out all of the intricacies behind that. But that kicked off in 2017, and honestly, it seems like her career really has not stopped since then. Afterward came The Greatest Showman, which was a huge hit. She got to really balance both of her strengths, both singing and acting in one project. She had a great story with Zac Efron and a very poignant story with her character as well. But then we kind of started getting a little bit more variety with her career. It's not just the big production design and big budget films, although yes, they happen and we're going to talk about them. But we get Malcolm and Marie, a film that, it didn't get the best reviews, and that's understandable. It's a chamber piece. It's between her and John David Washington. They are this couple who are just constantly going up and down with their emotions with each other. It's a little bit like Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, in this director and his girlfriend are coming back after the premiere of his film, and they have a lot of emotions. He is like riding high while she is trying to keep him grounded and also talk about some issues that are on hand. I thought it was actually a pretty good performance from both of them, from her too. This is another Sam Levinson project, who is her Euphoria director, and I know lots of people have lots of different conversations and thoughts in mind with that director. But just looking at when Zendaya delivers, I really liked it. I enjoyed her tumultuous ride. I enjoyed, I guess, the daggers that she was really throwing at John David Washington's character. And I think this film really helped me view her in a different way too, just to think of her as like, all right, she really wants to explore complex characters and do more complicated stories, not just the big blockbusters. Although, again, she does do that. Following Malcolm and Marie, we had Dune, the first in the trilogy, and Zendaya gets to play Shani. And though she didn't really have a whole lot going on in the first film, she really got to become a more important character in the second film. She was always a very mysterious character to me. I never knew, can I trust her? Is she fully trusting of Timothée Chalamet's character, Paul? I was always like really intrigued, a little bit confused by the vibe that she was getting. She, of course, is, he is their one and the chosen one. And I can see that, like, even though she is listening to a lot of things that he is saying, I can see the doubt that's creeping in with her. So I really enjoyed what she does. I know that she's not the star of the show. Of course, that is Timothy. But I think that she she's able to make her time count and work in these films. In the midst of all of this, we have Euphoria. This is a chaotic show in many different ways. Basically, it follows Rue, played by Zendaya, as a young teenager who, she's struggling with a drug addiction already and is finding these complicated relationships with all these other people in her life. You've got Jules as a love interest. You have all of these other people who are just, they're existing as high school students who I have never in my life seen before. If this is what high school students are dealing with, oh my goodness, you poor children. But her role in this series earned her 2 Emmy Awards, both of which very, very deserved. I felt like there were so many standout scenes where she showed us an entirely new side of her acting. This is a very complex role that requires a lot of, ugliness from her. She is ugly to her family, ugly to her friends. She is untrustworthy. You just can't believe anything that Rue is ever telling you at any point, and yet you're also I think you're really supposed to feel for her, even though she doesn't give us much reason to feel for her. But there are just so many heartbreaking moments in this series where I am like really taken aback by Zendaya's work and performance. So I'm so happy that she got recognized for this, really a big industry award for her. Other people have been recognized for their work too. For the most part, most people might not think to cast her in a role such as this because it's not it's not the Disney girl that we once knew. It's not the angelic trapeze artist in The Greatest Showman. It's going entirely against type for her, but she delivers. And I think this also opened up my eyes and other people's eyes to what can Zendaya really do on the big screen? She has continuously appeared in the Spider-Man films and the Dune films, but one that I just adore, thought was a great showcase for her was Challengers. And she, as Tashi Donaldson, she's a nasty. She is so fun. She is the chaos agent in every sense of the word, and it is so fun to watch. She is literally playing tennis with 2 besties, Art and Patrick, played by Mike Feist and Josh O'Connor, and you are just kind of like, oh my gosh, like, I love the sex appeal that she brings. I love the chaos that she brings. I love the, just confusion and complication and everything that this character has in one package. Zendaya nails it perfectly. There were conversations around the film as it was coming out, such when it came out, like, can Zendaya ground an adult film like this? And I never once doubted her abilities because, again, Malcolm and Marie, Euphoria, I can see her handle heavy stuff. And this is just, it's so playful, it's so heavy, it's nasty, it's biting. I just felt like she just went for it. I think this is my favorite thing that I have seen her in thus far. And I don't know, I hope there are more Luca Guadagnino collaborations with her, and certainly with these 2 gentlemen in the film. They're just they're amazing. But yeah, this was a huge moment. I think this was another one of those, I'm really picking interesting projects for myself, and I just want to explore different avenues, and I fully welcome that. Now 2026, we get to see a huge blend of what Zendaya does really well with this is something new that we haven't necessarily seen with her before. Of course, this coming Friday, we have the release of the drama starring her and Robert Pattinson as a almost getting ready to get married couple where they start to find out interesting little secrets with each other. And I'm super excited about this. I cannot wait. I love both of them. Robert Pattinson, if there is anything I know about this man, it's that he is constantly surprising me with his work. And honestly, he deserves another Real Reputation because he's pretty much going to be in a lot of the same movies as Zendaya is, but she kind of seems to be taking the lead role here. I have tried to avoid any and all spoilers, any and all conversations with this film because I want to go into it as, as fresh-minded as possible. But this one is, I think, going to be an interesting one. It might be the route of challengers in a way, when feelings come to the surface. Are the tensions going to be boiling between these two? How are things going to shift? I'm super excited to see that and whatever turns these characters make. And let me also just say something that's important when it comes to movie stars. You've got to have a look. And if there is one thing that Zendaya will always nail, it is the look, especially when she is working with La Roche. I have loved the press tour for the drama and the wedding themes that they have done. Something old, something new, something borrowed. I can't wait for something blue if we haven't already gotten a little bit of that. It is just genius. When they get together and they're doing stuff, and we're gonna get so many amazing looks. Like, I can't wait for the Odyssey and whatever siren looks he's gonna put her in. I can't wait for whatever other spidery types of Spider-Man looks he's gonna give us, which he has in the past. Truly immaculate work on this press tour. Like, that is a movie star every time I see her on the red carpet. Euphoria is going to follow shortly thereafter, and I'm excited for these people to be out of Euphoria jail. Because obviously the show has seen Zendaya, Sydney Sweeney, and now Jacob Elordi just skyrocket into fame. For one of them, an Oscar nominations. For two of them, Emmy Award wins and nominations. So it's time to let go. But yeah, I'm curious to see what Rue's story is going to look like this year. Is it going to be, her finally coming to terms with how bad of a person she is, the problems that she has, maybe trying to make amends with people? I don't know. I saw the trailer. I kind of forgot about it because it seems like a whole fever dream. But I'm looking forward to seeing where Rue's story takes her because she's got a lot to share with us. The project that I'm sure a lot of us are very heavily anticipating is Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey. This is the follow-up, of course, to Oppenheimer, his Best Picture winning film, where he finally got some Oscars. It already has such an incredible cast, not only Zendaya, but Robert Pattinson, Tom Holland, John Bernthal, Matt Damon, Anne Hathaway, like a credible group of filmmakers here. And I don't know the extent of Zendaya's role in this film. I see that her character is named Athena, probably either a goddess. But yeah, it'll be interesting. Maybe it'll only just be a very small role, which, okay, that's fine. You're still in this big production. Can you make your time count? And she might really surprise us. I never want to doubt Zendaya and what she can do. So I'm super excited about that. And then, as if she wasn't already busy, we've got Spider-Man Brand New Day coming out and Dune Part 3 coming out later this year. So she is booked and busy, and we're going to see a lot of her this year. She has already told us that she is going to take a bit of a break. She doesn't want to exhaust people too much with her presence. But I say it's okay. Just keep coming. It's all good. But yeah, Shani in Dune Part 3 really interests me because we had a bit of a complicated cliffhanger ending with Dune Part 2 and this possible love triangle that's being set up between Paul and Shani and Florence Pugh's character. It's a mess. It's a huge mess. But I'm looking forward to seeing how their relationship changes. What is what is of their relationship that's left, how Shani fits into Paul's continued descent into madness and tyranny. I have not read these books, so I'm just entirely going into the stories blind. I do know, though, that Dune Messiah, if that is what this is being adapted as, is a crazy story, and we might not get all of the crazy elements here, but that just makes me excited too. It's going to be a huge year for her. I really think in the world of not really having movie stars anymore, aside from maybe a select few, I think she is just she's got everything that I like in a movie star. She makes me laugh. She is so gorgeous. She picks really interesting projects. She's dressed immaculately. Like she is just everything. So this is the year of Zendaya 2026. It's her year. We bow down to her. And let's see how things kick off with the drama. I will definitely be making a review video for you guys on that. And yay, cannot wait. What are your thoughts on Zendaya and her filmography and this big year that she has coming up? Please let me know in the comment section. And I will talk to you guys next time.